Hello, today my esteemed colleague, Mr. Jackson, is going to demonstrate how to use a hula hoop to train for Kung Fu.
Right now, before we start, I'm going to show the application of the Kung Fu, what it looks like. This is a technique from the snake style system. What he'll do first is show a slow motion punch, and I'll show how the technique works. That's what it looks like. There's many applications. Try one more time. Okay. 2 hands. So there's many applications. In this technique, the shoulder, elbow, and wrist all rotate in a circular motion. So the shoulder is rotating, the elbow is also rotating, and then the wrist rotates, but together. Okay? The other hand is under here because you're going to switch. Think of it as a snake coming out of its hole. It's going to scrape along the bottom of the other arm. This arm will return back into the safety of this area. It's also for blocking. Okay, so this is what the technique looks like. Okay, the circular motion is what relates this technique to the hula hoop. I'll show you shortly. In order to start this technique, you first hold the hula hoop in the same position as what you were in before, only your hand is up, and when you grab it here, when you turn it, you give it a little momentum to go into the technique. Now what I'm doing here is I'm trying to equalize the amount of force and resistance. The hula hoop is giving my arm resistance, as if I'm blocking someone else's arm. And so if I go too fast, it'll fly off. If I go too slow, it'll fall down. So I try to keep a subtle circular motion going. You see, I'll add a little more motion. It tends to speed up. So you want to have more finesse in the way that you do it. Subtle. Keep it subtle. What I'm going to do next is show you how the hands move, but while you're using the hula hoop. So, once again, you give it a little momentum, you start it off, okay? As the hoop goes down, there's a little space for your hand to slip in, right about here, okay? Left hand and right hand, get the feeling for it. They're not the same, they're a little bit harder to do, okay? A couple tries. It's a lot about the timing of knowing when to go through the hoop. If you notice, the hoop sometimes it's on my wrist, sometimes it's on my elbow. Alright? Practice it. This is what you're really going for, is you're trying to develop sensitivity. When you get the sensitivity and the timing, then your Kung Fu is going to improve. And there's not many other ways to practice those things. They're soft skills. You would usually need another person to practice those with.
Mr. Jackson, I tried watching the tutorial. I just cannot figure it out. Can you help me out a little bit more?
Well, think about what I showed you. It all starts with the technique, and then you go slow, you give a little timing, and then practice. So every time you do it, you get a sense. The more you do it, the better you get. After you're good enough with one hand, then bring in the other hand. The trick of it is that it's going to be where do you put it in. If it's here, then you've got a lot of space to slip it in, okay?
So, Mr. Jackson, you're telling me the 4 main things to remember is technique, timing, practice, and finesse. I think I got it.